What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Once again, this is Chief Kalanago with another video. Brothers and sisters, what the deal is, man. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Information gotta keep coming. The knowledge gotta keep coming. This video is once again for strictly for educational purposes. Um, I'm gonna, break down some things, in terms of, you know what I should have. I'm gonna change the title of the video because the title of the video is, let's talk Cherokee. I think I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change that to this is what I'm gonna do. Cherokee versus Aniyunwiya. I think that's what I need to do because people need to know it's two different things. Okay, it's two different things. It's two different people, and I'll explain what I mean. And I've done it before, but I'm gonna do it again. All right, but this time I'm gonna go a little more in detail. I'm gonna go a little more in detail. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just change the title real quick, and it says an error occurred. This is usually temporary. Wait for a moment. All right, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Changes. Give me a second here. All right, cool. Close that out. But anyway, let me see if it peace and love, family, peace and love. I'm just giving you guys some time to chime into this live feed. You feel me? All right. What it is, what it is, what it is. Got my sister Onyx on here. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. All right, giving a little highlight. So truth, what it is. Peace and love to all. All right. Okay, so let me just go on YouTube real quick. Make sure that we have that. Boom. Where we at? Okay. Click on that. All right, cool. So here we go. All right, let me see the name of that if it showed up. All right, so we good. All right, so here we go. Okay, so in this video, right, we're gonna focus on, Cherokee, and we're gonna focus on Aniyunwiya. All right, why the reason why we don't hear the term Aniyunwiya to be as popular as we hear the term Cherokee. So I'm gonna break that down for y'all. All right, but this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna break this down, and we have to realize the difference and the game that was played on us. All right, family. Once in, my goal is nothing but to just bring truth and facts to the people, and then you do what you want with the information. You dig what I'm saying? Kitua is actually part of the Cherokee. All right, it's part of the band of Cherokees. All right, so Aniyunwiya was a band of people. Okay, so I think Kitua was part of them, an extended family. All right, that's why Cherokee was one of, if not the biggest band. All right, because it was just so many different clans that became the Aniyunwiya. All right, so just to answer your question, Joshua. All right, so so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the original name, which is Aniyunwiya. Okay, we're gonna start with the original name, which is Aniyunwiya. And once again, for those of you who choose to, let me just put that in there for you. For those of you who choose to support the work that I'm doing, all right, I will put my information in the link for you. And hey, feel free to show your love. All right, you're not obligated, but if you so choose, it's appreciated. So we're gonna talk about Aniyunwiya. All right. For those of you who don't know how Aniyunwiya is spelled, it's it's Aniyunwiya. A lot of people are always asking, okay, how do you spell it? And they don't know what Aniyunwiya is or who the Aniyunwiya people are. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to break down the difference between Aniyunwiya and Cherokee and why Cherokee was put in place of Aniyunwiya. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. Screen share. And we're going to go to Google here. All right. So here we go. What does Aniyunwiya mean? What does Aniyunwiya mean? The Cherokees call themselves the Aniyunwiya, meaning leading or principal people. Okay? Leading or principal people. The original, all right? So the original Cherokees, all right? So if they were original, then Cherokee wouldn't be used. Okay? Aniyunwiya will be used, not Cherokee. So when you speak of the originals, when you speak of the aboriginals, okay, you are talking of Aniyunwiya. You feel me? When you are talking about the organization that was set up to take the place of the principal people or the leading people, it became Cherokee. All right. So the original Cherokee lived in early times in Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. All right. The 7 characteristics of the Sequoias, Salaberry, meaning Cherokee Nation. Right now, where they have Oklahoma is said right now to be the home of the Cherokees. All right. They are absolutely correct. The home of the Cherokees is Oklahoma. But the original people, the leading principal people, Aniyunwiya, they lived in Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. All right. There were no Aniyunwiya to that extent in Oklahoma. However, they had to create an organization, okay, and they had to get a certain landmass. All right. Oklahoma is something that was created just for that purpose. Okay. So Oklahoma was created to be the home of that new entity called Cherokee. Okay. Which is an organization, a federal organization. So what they did, they came up with a concept of, we're going to do the Relocation Act. All right. And we're going to do what's called the Trail of Tears. All right. And that Trail of Tears was to take these people. All right. Now, mind you, a lot of these $5 Indians, that was once they did the roads and they did all that, they took those people that they put in the place of the original people and let them walk the Trail of Tears. Now, mind you, there were some Aniyunwiya people in the Trail of Tears, but the majority of them were not Aniyunwiya. The majority of them were Cherokee. Once again, there's a difference, because a lot of the Aniyunwiya people, they stayed where they were at. They stayed in Georgia, they stayed in Alabama, they stayed in North and South Carolina, they stayed in Tennessee, they stayed in Kentucky, and they stayed in West Virginia. A lot of them didn't go on the Trail of Tears. So some of them went, okay? But the majority of the people on the Trail of Tears, the majority of them speaking, were not Aniyunwiya people, all right? They were native. They were not aboriginals. Now, we're putting this once again in perspective. Don't get me wrong. A lot of our ancestors, yes, the Aniyunwiya people were in there because they had to be for it to look all legit. But when they got to Oklahoma, where they had to go, all right, and everything was set up, the Cherokee Nation was set up, the organization, the federal organization was set up. They kicked out the people who looked just like us, okay? But they had to play it off. They had to make sure they were a part of that walk for it to look good. It was a public stunt for it to look all legit. But once they got in, all right, and everything was set, treaties was made with a lot of the original people. What they did was they changed the Constitution. They changed those treaties and they created a new Constitution, okay, or treaties with the United States under the banner of a Cherokee nation, not Aniyunwiya people. All right? That's why as of recent, okay, the Aniyunwiya people, the so-called black Cherokees, they don't know they actually the Aniyunwiya. But they went to court and they fought and they won their lawsuit. So I keep telling y'all, don't think the United States don't know who we are. They know who we are. The people just got to step up. So all this bickering and fighting amongst each other and the slandering, we got to stop that, family. We got to stop that because that's preventing us from taking our place. You feel me? This thing was well orchestrated. It just didn't happen. It wasn't an act of nature. It was designed. It was planned. And once again, the people who came here that looked like us, they played a role. They played a role in it. Okay? The 5 civilized tribes was created by people who came here who looked like us and the natives. They planned to put this together to get rid of the original people and create organizations and call them civilized tribes. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some American Aboriginal chiefs that played a role in that. They took the bag, okay? I gotta be real. I gotta keep it 100. Some of our ancestors sold out. However, it was more influential on the part of the natives who came together and the people who came here who looked just like us that set up the 13 colonies. They set up the civilized tribes because they realized that, man, all this so-called black people here, the true American Indians, we got to do something with them. If we're going to take them out of this whole American Indian status, what are we going to do? We're going to make them black, but there's a void. And the void is they were original people. So who are we going to make this original people? Here comes the natives. Boom. Here comes the people, the people who look just like us, and we welcome them, all right? And they came together with the natives, and they created the 5 civilized tribes. Hence, from that, the Bureau of Indian Affairs was created, okay, to even keep more of us out, because now they have a monopoly. Brothers and sisters, this is deep, and I guarantee you, nobody gonna break it down like this. All right, I'm letting y'all know what transpired in detail so a baby could comprehend what happened to our people. Okay, so once again, Aniyunwiya means the leading or principal people, and Cherokee means the fire people. So subliminally, they are telling you that the Cherokee, the fire people, burned out the principal people, which is the leading people, the Aboriginals. Okay. Now, they didn't make them extinct. They made them extinct via paper genocide, okay? Through the pen and the pad. Hence the reason why people say the pen is mightier than the sword, because they couldn't beat us physically. So they had to beat us on paper, okay? So once again, the original name for the original people is Aniyunwiya. But from the Aniyunwiya, they had to create a new organization called Cherokee. All right. For those of you, once again, who don't believe me, I'm going to play a video of when I called the Cherokee Nation. I'm not going to play the entire video. I'm just going to play from the moment from when I got on the phone call, and listen very keenly to what the gentleman said. And it will definitely validate and solidify everything that I'm telling you right now. So bear with me and let's go into the video. All right, let's go into. Well, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's go look at the let me see. Should I do etymology of Cherokee first or video? Let's do the video first. Okay, let's do the video. All right, let us do let us do the video first. Okay. So let me share this. All right, I have that as one of my videos right here. So I'm gonna play it. Okay. And I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm just going to play the conversation with the man from the Cherokee Nation, and pay attention.
Are you looking to buy a quality watch for under $200? We were just like you. We had a hard time finding a watch that was not only different, but was also.
All right, let's skip this ads. And I'm gonna see if I could go exactly where it started.
Greetings, peace, love.
Let's see.
Black, it's a color. I'm not a color.
Okay, here we go.
You gotta be full blood.
And I'm gonna break it down.
Members that's so-called black. Yes, good day. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. They just actually transferred me to you. I have a couple of questions there. Just some, questions, for my record. I'm also Cherokee, but I wanted to ask, do you guys have any, dark-skinned so-called black, so-called African-American members?
Well, I mean, we have the freedmen. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just talking about because a lot of so-called black people, we are Cherokee, so I just wanted to know.
Mixed blood? Is that what you're talking about?
Can I get?
Mixed blood? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
not mixed blood. I'm Cherokee.
So you see the game? All right. Here's the thing. A script was put in place. Now, I never said we were black. I said so-called black. But every time they refer to us, it's always you're a freedman or you're mixed blood, giving the impression that we are only American Indians because of them, when the truth of the matter is they are American Indians because of us. All right? But peep the game. Peep the game.
Yeah, I'm not mixed with anything. I'm just asking, do you have any members that's so-called black?
I don't understand your question, I guess.
Okay, do you know what, okay, so you have an idea of what they call black people right here in the United States, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any members that are so-called black, but they're Cherokee?
Well, I still don't understand. I mean, you can't be black and you can't be, you gotta be full blood.
I can't hear you. Say that again?
I don't understand I'm still not really understanding the question.
Okay, so, all right, so how do I qualify?
Okay, so you see, here's the thing. She know exactly what I'm talking about, but she was going to say, well, you can't be black and be Cherokee or Indian. You feel what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, I want y'all to peep the game. I never said I was black. I was just saying so-called, the people you call black. You see what I mean? But they have a script to put us in a box of being called black because they know black is dead in law. They know if you're black, you cannot have any type of standing, period. So they have to label us that way, even if we are not black. You dig? But pay attention. Pay attention.
To be a member of the Cherokee Nation.
You're saying you're Cherokee, but
Yeah.
you're black.
Yeah, well, I'm. People consider me to be black, but I don't call myself black because I don't look black. Black is black. It's a color. I'm not a color. So,
What do you mean?
I'm brown. I'm brown of copper tone. I'm not black.
Okay, but that doesn't. You still have to prove what your race or your ethnicity is by your. We use what is called the Dawes Roll.
Okay.
And the Dawes Roll was established by the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. The Dawes Roll was created by what? The federal government. Okay? The Dawes Roll was created by what? The federal government. Pay attention. Okay?
And that was taken between 1899 and 1906 in what is now northeastern Oklahoma.
Okay.
Between 1809 and I think 1906. Let me hear that again, just to make sure.
Was established by the federal government,
mm-hmm.
And that was taken between 1899 and 1906.
Actually, 1899 and 1906. Okay, 1899 and 1906. So y'all better recognize that before 1899, okay, before 1899, there was nobody called Cherokee. Okay, there was nobody called Cherokee. So anyway, any document you see it says Cherokee before 1899, that's a lie. Okay, well, you know what? I would say before, I would say I would say before 1896, 95, because they had already planned that. But anytime before the 1850s, put it that way, anytime before the 1850s, there was nobody called Cherokee. Okay? It was the Aniyunwiya, the principal people. So while all this was being cooked up and being orchestrated, they said, you know what? Let's come up with a brilliant plan. So the federal government created the Dawes Rolls. Chief Kalanago is going to break it down for y'all. Pay attention.
What is now northeastern Oklahoma.
Okay.
And that was taken for the people who came over on the Trail of Tears.
You hear that? Just to reiterate everything that I just said. The Dawes Rolls was created for the people in Oklahoma because they were setting up shop for the people who came on the Trail of Tears. Now, once again, it was some original Aniyunwiya from all the places that I mentioned, because they had to have them there for that photo op. Okay, for the photo op, because they couldn't have a Trail of Tears just full of native people. Nah, that would have been suspect. All right, but they had to have had some of our people in there. And when they got to Oklahoma, the state that was created just for that purpose, okay, they got rid of them. Brothers and sisters, those who have eyes, let them see, and ears, let them hear. Let's proceed.
Okay.
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 And they were able to sign that if they met the eligibility requirements back then.
Okay.
So if they were here and they met those eligibility requirements, they could sign up on there and get a roll number. Now, if we can trace a lineal ancestor back to the Dawes roll, then you would be eligible to apply with the Cherokee Nation.
Now you hear that? If you could trace a family member or any type of lineage to the Dawes rolls, then you could be part of their nation. All right, but remember, that was only 1899 to 1906. So what happened to the people that was there before? They're not talking about that because you don't qualify. You don't qualify. Okay? You don't qualify. So in other words, the original, the aboriginal, the Aniyunwiya wasn't qualified. Okay? It's only if you met the criterias, all right, of the federal government in the terms and conditions of the Dawes rolls, then you were eligible for membership in the organization. All right.
Okay, and when was that?
One of the other 5 civilized tribes or whatever that might have come over on the Trail of Tears.
Oh, okay, I get that. So when was that Dawes Rolls taken again? In
1899.
1899. Okay. So I could trace my family here in the Americas way before 1806, but we don't
need to go back that far. I said 1899 to 1906.
So what happened
We're talking about 7 years.
Okay, so what happened?
We're looking at a 7-year time window.
So what I'm asking is, what happened to those of us who didn't get, partake in the Dawes Rolls period?
Okay, then you would not be eligible.
You hear that? Okay, so within a 7-year period, okay, within a 7-year period, they put a plan together, brothers and sisters, to alienate the original people from 1899 to 1906. You heard what she said. If you're not on that Dawes rolls within the span of that 7 years, you are not eligible to become part of the Cherokee Nation. So let me ask you a question. What happened to all of our ancestors who did not do the Trail of Tears? What happened to them? Once again, let us go back to see where the original Aniyunwiya people was. What? We have Georgia. What happened to those people that never went to the Trail of Tears? Okay, what happened to those people in Georgia that didn't do the Dawes rolls? Alabama, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. That means if you did not travel the Trail of Tears and do the Dawes rolls, then you are not eligible to be part of the Cherokee Nation. Okay, man, listen. Like I tell people, when y'all have to listen Listen and let people talk. They will tell you the truth. And when you read, you have to read with understanding. That's why I got the eagle eye, because I see what people don't see and I hear what people don't hear, man. I stay flying high. Y'all gonna learn today. Let's proceed.
Wouldn't be eligible even if I'm American Indian.
Right. You had to sign up. Your ancestor would have had to sign up on the Dawes roll.
Okay, and you said so you're okay. So your chief is, I think 132 Cherokee, right? Correct. So well, that's what it says, because I've done some research, because I've been trying to connect back to my roots, right?
All right. So I'm asking. So your chief is 132nd Cherokee, right? Hear what she says. Probably. What you mean probably? When I said, well, I've done my research, she said, well, okay. Come on, man. These people know. They know who we are. They know they are not us and we ain't them. And they know they was put in place to usurp who we are. But you see, we're so busy fighting each other. We're so busy breaking down each other. We're so busy tearing each other down. We don't see what's happening. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening to our people? You can't blame nobody but yourselves. Okay? But yourselves. Because we don't have a seat at the table. You know why? Because of what I just mentioned. Too much negativity. Okay? You focus on too many things that's irrelevant to our growth. All right? And y'all want to blame everybody else. No. You have to take some responsibility, because you are the one that's not stepping up. Okay? They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing their job, which is taking our identity and taking all our benefits. Okay? I mean, truth of the matter is, we shouldn't be fighting for benefits in our own land. But granted, it is what it is. All I'm just saying is, you say render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, Chief Kalanago is saying render to the American Aborigine what is the American Aborigine. But you know what? The American Aborigine is not stepping up because they're too busy fighting. They're too busy working individually. Oh, I just want to do me, son. You know what I mean? That's what it is, because everybody's for self. Everybody's for self. Everybody got that selfish bone, but they always want to come on the internet like they're for everybody. But let me tell y'all, I see through y'all, man. I see through y'all. Because y'all think it's a game. Let's listen some more.
So if your chief is 132 Indian, then what is the other 32? Because if he's only 1%.
We don't have a blood quantum cutoff. We don't have a blood quantum.
You hear that? They don't have a blood quantum. Do you know what a blood quantum is? A blood quantum is a process of which they use your blood to determine how much of a percentage you have to be an Indian. Okay? But they cannot use that, because if they use that, then guess what? Everything they're doing, it will look fraudulent, because they know they're not Indians by blood. So they're not using blood quantum. They are using a process of citizenship. Okay? That's it. Pay attention.
I'll go back. If you can prove, if you had a family, a lineal ancestor that signed the Dawes roll, that's what we do.
Okay, so
you can prove that.
So essentially, even if I'm full-blooded Indian, because I'm a full-blood Indian, all right? So even if I'm full-blooded Indian, because I wasn't on the Dawes rolls, or my family wasn't on the Dawes rolls, that means I cannot be part of one of the 5 tribes, correct?
Well, if they use the Dawes roll,
no, we didn't.
Civilized tribe uses the Dawes roll.
Okay.
Okay. Now, other tribes use different things as far as their eligibility goes.
Okay.
But we have to use the Dawes roll, yes.
Oh, wow. I mean, to me, that's a little bit, I mean, I know it's nothing that you could do about it, but it's a little bit unfortunate because, again, my ancestors have always been
That's what happened in the history. That's what happened way back then, and there's nothing we can do about it now.
Okay, so you hear what she says? Well, that's what happened in the history, and that's what nothing we could do about it now. You're right. That's what happened in his story, because we allowed them to control the narrative and give his story. And our story got lost in his story. Okay? Boy, there's nothing we could do about it now. So what was done between 1899 and 1906, that 7-year span, we planned, okay, we orchestrated, and we executed and took everything from you, including your identity. There's nothing we could do about it now. Okay? Man, listen. Man, like I tell y'all, man.
Okay. That's what happened back then, and that's what, they had the freedom to choose if they wanted to sign those roles back then.
You hear that? They had the freedom to choose if they wanted to sign those roles back then. So let me ask you a question. Who was coming all the way from Georgia? Who was coming all the way from Alabama? Who was coming all the way from North and South Carolina? Who was coming all the way from Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia to go sign a damn those roles? When our people knew what you was doing. Obviously, they didn't want to be a part of it. The same way our people are resisting to do censuses. If we got the same blood of our ancestors in us. Oh, well, they had the choice. But you know what? With the choice, it's going to cost you $500 to go to Oklahoma. Come on, man. Family, peep game, man. Peep game. Okay? They had a choice. No, they didn't.
Some people did and some people did not. But they weren't forced to sign them. They could choose to go on their way and not be a part of the Cherokee Nation, and they could do what, live and be where they wanted to be.
Okay, all right, that's true. I get that from your perspective, but and again, I just need clarification. So I really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to share some of that information to me. So my next question is, are you aware or do you know that the Aboriginal people of all the Americas were dark-skinned people?
Can I transfer you to someone else that knows a lot more about this than I do?
Okay, yeah, okay.
I just answer the phone. Just a moment.
All right, thank you. All right.
All right, so I was about to get deep, and I'm about to go up in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking about the Aboriginals now. Oh, well, can I transfer you to somebody who knows? I'm just answering the phone, but you just had a lot of information a little while ago. Now we start talking about Aboriginals. Oh, you know what? Let me get an expert. All right, so let's hear what the expert got to say. Let's go.
Registration, Mr. Davis, I can help
you. Yes, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, cool. So you're the third person I've been transferred to. So I'm just trying to get, some clarification, for to put on the record. I'm Cherokee by blood pedigree. And I was asking, how do you become a part of the Cherokee Nation? So is there any way you could give me some information on that?
All right. So before I even proceed, I just got to make the record clear. All right. I got to make my disclaimer. I didn't call these people because I want to be part of their nation. That wasn't the intended purpose. Okay. A sister reached out to me, like many other people, and they filled out the application and they attempted to go through, through the process to be acknowledged or become part of the Cherokee Nation. And they denied each and every one of them. So I say, you know what? Nah, man, I'm going to go to my ancestors with this. So I was waiting for the perfect time to call. And one day, I came out of meditation. The ancestors hit me, hey, chief, it's time to call. So I called. So this was really a video to expose what these people are doing. I don't want to be part of their nation. Okay? I don't want to be a part of that because it's fraudulent. You feel me? But that was a video to expose. Okay? And not just hear it from me, because I've been talking about it, but hear it from the horse's mouth. Hear the truth from the people that's usurping our identity. Hear it from them. All right? So let's listen now.
Sure. The process for enrollment with the Cherokee Nation requires an ancestor on the Dollar Commission roll. And that roll was made in 1902 in Indian Territory, now Oklahoma.
Okay.
And if you
Indian Territory, now what? Oklahoma. What did I tell y'all from the very beginning? Okay? All this is Indian Territory, but he said what? Now called Oklahoma. So Oklahoma wasn't always Oklahoma. That was created for that purpose, family. Okay? During the Relocation Act, Oklahoma was created for a purpose. All right? To put these people that's taking our place, to give them a territory. Man. I keep telling y'all, man, people charge y'all hundreds of dollars for that information. Y'all got to pay for stuff like that, but I'm giving it to y'all because of love, all right? And pay attention.
Don't have an ancestor on that roll, regardless of how much Indian blood you may have, you are not eligible to enroll.
You hear that? It doesn't matter how much Indian blood you have. You are not eligible to enroll if you're not on the doors rolls. You know why? Because they know they cannot go by blood. If they go by blood, the whole world will know it's a fraud. So they cannot do blood quantum. It has to be by the doors rolls. So if our ancestors didn't have enough money to go to Oklahoma to be on the doors rolls, because back in the days, they didn't have these computers where you could just go online and say, hey, I'm Cherokee, I'm on the doors rolls. No, they had to take a trip. Okay? So keep that in mind. You feel me? So he just said it. Okay, the big boss that knows everything. Okay, he said what? It doesn't matter how much Indian blood you have. As long as you're not on the doors rolls, you are not eligible. All right? Pay attention.
Okay, all right, so
Are you looking to buy quality?
We're going to skip that ad. Let that run real quick.
We were just like you. We had a hard time finding a watch that was not only different.
So I mean, what you just told me is straightforward. So I guess my next question, it kind of makes it a little bit obscure because my family they didn't participate in the doors rolls. However, we have been in America from time immemorial. We've always been here. So that means I wouldn't be able to even submit an application and be accepted, correct? Because it's not done through blood. It's done through. So it's done through an organization and not through blood, correct?
That's correct.
You hear that? Membership is done through an organization and not through blood. Brothers and sisters, I didn't say it, okay? The big director and the manager of the Cherokee Nation, they pulled him and said, hey, let me get you an expert who could tell you a little more than I can, okay? He just said it. It's an organization, and it's only done, what? Not by blood. Pay attention.
Our tribe is, and we have a constitution that we adopted in 1976.
Okay, pardon me for a second. Man, this one almost made the water go down in the wrong hole. He said we have a constitution that was what? Made in what? In 19 what? Man, let's pay attention again. Y'all think I'm playing, huh? Watch. Listen. Okay, listen.
We adopted in 1976.
They have a constitution they adopted in 1976. Okay? So I'm talking about in the 70s. Okay? In the 70s, 1976, this constitution was adopted. A new deal was made. So these people are new. They're fresh off the boat. Okay? Listen some more.
And then amended in 2003.
And amended in 2003.
And in that constitution, the Cherokee people who were organized at that time chose the Dawes Roll as the sole source of proof for our organization. You
hear that? And at that time, so the Constitution was adopted in 1976, and it was ratified, I think he said, in 2003. And the Cherokee people decided. The Cherokee people, they came together and they decided, you know what, man, listen, we only want people on the doors rolls to be a part of our organization. You hear it with your own ears. So that's a decision that they made. It wasn't no Supreme Court ruling. No, they made that decision. Okay? Let's get all the original ones. Let's kick them out. Okay? We're going to adopt their constitution. So we're going to go through a process of kicking them out. Once we kick them out, let's ratify the constitution. Okay? And then we're going to make a deal and say, guess what? We are not going to do it by blood. We are going to do it through just application through an organization. All right, then.
Oh, okay. So with that being said, is it safe to say that even if someone wasn't an Indian by blood, okay, meaning that their ancestors have always been in the America, as long as they were able to get on that Dawes Road, they are still considered Indian.
Well, they're considered a citizen.
Or they considered a citizen.
Right. The relationship between the United States and the Cherokee Nation is not based on blood. It's based on treaties.
Oh, you hear that? The United States between the Cherokee the relationship between the United States and the Cherokee Nation is not based on blood, but based on treaties. Brothers and sisters, the pen is mightier than the sword. Okay? The relationship between the Cherokee Nation and the United States is done by treaty and not by blood. It was a deal that was made. Okay? All right.
Okay.
So if someone's ancestors were members of the tribe at one time, but for whatever reasons they may have chosen to leave the tribe or forced out of the tribe or abandon the tribe, there's lots of scenarios. The tribe itself would have continued on.
Okay, you hear that? Yeah, y'all peep the game. You have to listen with discernment. Okay? Now, yeah, the people who were part of the tribe, if they decided to leave or they were forced out or for whatever reason, the tribe decided to move on. I bet y'all did after y'all kicked out the Aniyunwiya people. Okay? Listen to what the man is saying. He's telling you exactly what transpired and exactly what they did to get rid of the original people, to create their fraudulent organization taking our place. Okay? Now, I'm certainly sure they have seen that video. How come they haven't bring a claim against Chief Kalanago? Because they know I'm speaking the truth. I want them to bring a claim because I'm going to do a counterclaim and then it's going to be a problem for them. Either way, that claim is coming because they're going to get it. All I'm just doing is waiting for you, my people, but you're too busy distracted. Listen some more.
And so the relationship between the United States and the Cherokee people is carried out through our government. And so we do have people in our tribe who are not Indian.
Okay.
We just got through with an extreme.
You hear that? We do have people in our tribe that are not Indians. Pay attention, brothers and sisters. Pay attention. They have people in their tribes who are not Indians. However, we are the aboriginals only because we didn't get on the Dawes Roads. Then even if we are the original Indians, we can't get on. But yet still, there are people who are part of the tribe who are not Indians. Listen.
Legal battle with the descendants of our slaves. Okay. And so they won a federal lawsuit and are now enrolling as members of the tribe, even though some of them have Indian blood, some of them don't.
You hear that? He said, well, you know, of our free slaves or our slaves, we just went through a legal battle, and some of our slaves, you know, some of them have Indian blood, some of them don't, but we just went through a legal battle and they have to be members of the, no. Okay, they were not your slaves. Okay? Meaning that they did not come here on any slave ships. You joined up with the government and you enslaved them. They are the original people. The same people that came on the Trail of Tears with you, okay, which is the Aniyunwiya people. Y'all tricked them, enslaved them after you got them to sign over treaties. You feel me? And now y'all pushed them out and made them slaves. But because they came together and brought a lawsuit because they know who they are. Why would slaves from Africa bring a lawsuit to say that they are Indians in the Cherokee Nation and win the lawsuit? Come on, Chief, you're dropping too much on them tonight. Why would Africans do that? That is because they were not Africans, okay? They were the American Indians, the real ones. And they knew what happened to them. So they said, nah, we have an opportunity now. Let's bring a lawsuit. And you didn't have a choice but allow them to be members. Don't act like, oh, y'all did them a favor or the court just ruled in their favor just because they are not Indians. No, they are the original. Y'all got to peep the game, man.
We don't care one way or the other.
Okay.
What we care about is, are there ancestors on the roll that
Okay.
the core population shows in 1976?
Okay.
And they are.
Okay.
And
So here we go, right? You're saying that some of these people are not Indians. So how could they get on the doors rolls and not be Indians? All right. Why didn't you bring that? Why didn't you bring that point in the court case? All right. They're not Indians. So how did they end up on the doors rolls anyway? So basically what you're insinuating that anybody could be on the doors rolls. Anybody. Come on, bruh. Nah, man. Y'all gotta listen with discernment, man. Peep the game. I ain't making this up. Listen again.
you know, we have people on our roll that are on there by fraud.
Mhm.
We have, I found probably, I'd say about 5 or 6 families that their ancestors either bribed officials or, you know, whatever the process was.
Okay.
But they got on the roll.
Okay.
And then stayed on the roll for all these years. And so by virtue of our choice to make the Dodge roll the sole source, they're in.
Okay.
One of those descendants is sitting right now on our tribal court.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
Every time I see him, but
yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
What it is.
Yeah, yeah. So my next question would be, I'm actually, if someone were to see me in the streets without my, you know, my indigenous attire, because, you know, I wear my feathers and my, you know, my regalia, you know, every single day. Now, if I were to walk in the streets without that, somebody would assume I'm black because of my complexion. So you know where I'm going with this. Do you have any people who fit that description that's actually part of your nation?
Yeah. Well, we have, as I mentioned, the descendants of our slaves. They are now members of the tribe.
All right. So you hear that? No, I not once through that video I have ever mentioned that I was black. I said, you know, so-called, because that's what they call us, right? So I said, do you have anybody who are so-called black as member of your tribe? He said, well, descendants of our slaves. That's why I keep telling y'all people, man, anytime you start calling yourself black, they're going to associate you with a slave, because that's what it means. But our people just don't get it. No, black power. Oh, I'm black and I'm proud. Well, let me tell you what black means. No, black means you're dead in law. Whether you give it a spiritual meaning or a physical meaning, black is dead in law. People talk about melanin is black. Melanin is not black. Where do you get these things from? Whew.
Like they're descendants of slaves.
Right. They are descendants of slaves. Now, some of them do have Indian blood because the slave masters, you know, creeping in the slave house and children.
Right.
But those children were not recognized by any legal marriage.
Okay.
And so their descendants are not enrolled as Indians. They are enrolled as freedmen.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, and that's perfect. Great information, which brings me to my next question. Because I've done a little research again, you know, I'm connecting back to my tribe, and I'm a full-blooded Indian by blood, right? What that means is, are you aware that in the Americas, all over the Americas, I mean, we know that the United States was established on the American continent in 1776, correct?
Well, yes.
Okay. So before 1776, there was no such thing as the United States. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, beautiful. So before that, even before the 13 colonies and all that, even before the so-called transatlantic slave trade, are you aware that all the people on the American continent were dark skinned?
Well, I know where you're going with that, and you know that.
All of a sudden, he know where I'm going with that. But listen,
the Afrocentrism argument, and
he said, "Whoa, that's the Afrocentrism argument." But watch how I'm gonna catch him in his BS, right? Listen.
We don't subscribe to that.
Well, it's not a matter of subscription. It's a matter of, you know, do you know that it's a fact that the Aborigines of this land were dark skinned? So therefore, if all the Aborigines of this land, and it's scientifically proven that they were dark skinned, how is that other people get to claim to be Indians and then we can't because we didn't take part in the Dawes Rolls?
Well, the Dawes role was selected by the Cherokee people, who were the people who owned the Cherokee Nation.
You hear that? Once again, so I asked him, well, how is that? And it's scientifically proven, okay, that all the original people of the Americas were dark skinned. So how is that we as the original people cannot be part of the nation, you know what I'm saying, but the people who are not, they can be? So what did he say? Well, the Dawes Rose, once again, he reiterated that the Dawes Rose was created by the Cherokee people. Brothers and sisters, man, y'all got to see the game that was played on us, man. And people see why I get frustrated. You see what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is it's my passion, man. You feel me? Because I know what it is. I see it. And I'm trying to get you to see it. So you could see the game that was played on us. So why are we out here fighting each other? Debating each other? We don't want to come together to step up. What's up? What's good, man? Like you are hearing it like a movie that's being replayed in your mind, showing you exactly how your place was taken. But you are still gravitating towards the negativity. I mean, what's going on, man? Woo. Anyway, Chief, calm down. Go ahead. Listen. Let's listen some more.
Oh,
We are the Cherokee Nation.
Okay, so is the same thing. So all right. So what is the original name for Cherokee?
You mean in our language?
No, it was Aniyunwiya, right?
Well, that's the word for principal people.
Yeah, the principal people. So
You hear that? I'm like, brothers and sisters, peep the game. I say, well, what's the original name for Cherokee? What you mean? In our language? No, I say, well, it was called Aniyunwiya, right? He said, well, that's the name for the principal people. So let me ask you a question. Who is the principal people? And when we did look at it, let's go look at it again. Cherokee called themselves what? Aniyunwiya, meaning what? The leading people, the principal people. You heard the man just said. Obviously, he knew there's a distinction between Aniyunwiya and Cherokee. So he was like, well, what you mean? Well, Aniyunwiya means the principal people. So obviously you're telling me you are not the principal people. But once again, like I said, man, woo, listen.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying is Aniyunwiya was changed to Cherokee. Is there a reason why you guys don't use Aniyunwiya and now use Cherokee?
We do use that word among ourselves.
You hear that? We do use Aniyunwiya amongst ourselves. Why? Why are you using Aniyunwiya in private, but in public you are using what? Cherokee. Because you know what? Aniyunwiya was meant to be a secret. Anything that's done in private is a secret. Okay? So he said what? Amongst ourselves. So when they're together, oh man, we play the trick on this Aniyunwiya. We Aniyunwiya. When they step up in the public, oh, we are Cherokee. Man, I don't think they want any. They don't want a part of me. Okay, they don't want a part of me. I'm telling y'all that for real.
Okay, in our relationship with the United States, the United States knows us as Cherokee, and so
you hear that? That's our relationship with the United States. The United States knows us as Cherokee because you know why? Because you and the United States created Cherokee.
That's what the treaties say. So we go by what the treaties say when we're in dealing with them.
Oh, okay.
You hear that? So they go by what the treaty says. Remember that treaty, all right, was adopted in 1976 and ratified in 2003. You feel me? So when they adopted it, I am almost certain it was still Aniyunwiya, but they had to ratify it to Cherokee. Brothers and sisters, it was a process. This thing didn't just happen overnight. In 1899 to 1906, they had 7 years, okay, well, the plan was already set up before that. But the manifestation of the plan started in 1899 when they put that in full motion. And they say, you know what? We got 7 years. Why 7 years, brothers and sisters? Because 7 is completion. Okay? It couldn't have been 2 years. It couldn't have been 3 years. It was a spiritual thing. But y'all are going to hear me tonight. For those who have ears, let them hear. You feel me? It was a spiritual thing because the Aniyunwiya people, the principal people, the leading people, we were a spiritual people. So they had to cast their spell. And 7 is completion. So it couldn't be 2 years. It couldn't be 3 years. It couldn't be 4. It was 6. Okay? Let's just say 6. And on the 7th day, guess what? They rested. They accomplished it. So everything they did was happened in 6 years. But that 7th year, they had to complete it. Completion. It was a spell. Okay? It was a ritual. And it had to manifest in 7 years. You feel me? Man.
So the United States pretty much decided to say, okay, you know what, we're not going to use Aniyunwiya, let's just create something new, and then we created Cherokee. In essence.
Well, that word has also a Cherokee origin, but the word Cherokee is an anglicized version.
You hear that? He said, well, Aniyunwiya, it has a Cherokee origin. No, we don't. No, we don't. And I'm going to prove that to y'all. Okay? He said, well, Cherokee has an anglicized version. You know why? Because it's the Anglo-Saxon that became the $5 Indians. Come on, bro. Who you think you're playing with, man? Man, I'm in tune, son. Now, let's listen. Let's listen.
The Cherokee word Ajilaki means people of fire.
All right, you hear that? The Cherokee word Ajilaki, which means the people of fire. What did I tell y'all? Cherokee means the people of fire. Aniyunwiya means the principal people. And the fire people, the Cherokee, burned out the principal people. Man, can the church say amen? Woo!
And so, we don't mind being called Cherokees. We've been called that for 500 years.
Oh, you don't mind being called Cherokee? You've been called Cherokee for 500 years? Let's do the math. Okay, let's do the math. Because you see, we got to put everything in, we got to put that in perspective, man. 500 years. Let me just do a little calculation right there because like I said, it's been a long day. So the mind got to write it down. You feel me? Let's go. 1899. Let's take away, let's see if we could add 500 years to that. We have 9, and then we have 3, and then we have 2. Hold up, bruh. No, that's not, I'm bugging. When did I do this? This was in 2019. 2019, if we take away 500 from that, we have 9, we have 1, we have 5, 15, 19. Bruh, y'all wasn't called Cherokee for 500 years, fam. Because if you take away 500 from 2019, that brings you to 1519. Y'all wasn't even on the scene. It was only the Aniyunwiya people. Come on, man. Caught him in a lie right there. Y'all would not call Cherokee for 500 years. You feel me? So when we bring this claim, they're going to have to prove that. Prove to me you were called Cherokee for 500 years. Like I said, y'all playing with the wrong one, man. Well, y'all playing with the right one, that is. You know what I mean? But let us proceed.
All right, we don't have a problem with that.
Okay. And before I conclude, so again, I've done some research and I realized that no disrespect, and I'm here again just to get information. So I'm not going to disrespect your culture because I think everyone needs to be respected either way. So I'm going to respect that. However, I've done some research and I realized that your chief is John Bill something, right?
Bill John Baker.
Baker, yeah. So I realized, I found out that he has a 132 Cherokee.
He's actually 332nd. But that's
well, that's neither here or there. He's 132nd. Well, he's actually 332nd. No, he's not. It says 132nd when I did some research on this man. All right.
Okay. 332nd.
Pretty much a white man.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear what he said? Oh, he's basically a white man. Now, hold up. Let me let y'all hear that again. Okay? Let's hear it again.
He has a 132 Cherokee.
He's actually 332nd, but that's
okay.
He's still pretty much a white man.
Yeah, and I did a lot of research and realized that his ancestors is actually from Ireland and German and everything, but yet still he gets to be a Cherokee. And so how is that even possible?
Well, it's possible because his ancestors were citizens of the Cherokee Nation.
You hear that? It's possible because his ancestors were citizens of the Cherokee Nation. And now to be a part of the Cherokee Nation, you don't have to be blood. So just by being a citizen, you could be a chief of the Cherokee Nation, even if you have 152nd Cherokee. Okay? Even if you have 152nd Indian blood, as long as you're a citizen, then you could be. Okay? And you are pale, you could be a chief of the Cherokee Nation. Okay. Listen.
Citizenship does not divide.
Oh,
It passed 100% from parent to child. And so his ancestors.
You hear that? Citizen cannot change. Citizenship pass on from one parent to child. That cannot change. Okay.
Who actually were Indians. I'm related to him.
You hear that? He have ancestors who are actually Indians. I'm related to him. So I'm just assuming you look like a pale man. All right? Check it out.
Distantly. But his ancestors were Cherokee Indians at the time of discovery.
His ancestors were Cherokee Indians at the time of discovery. How could that be? Because at the time of discovery, right, we were not called Cherokee. So, bruh, you lying, bruh. You lying. You're going to have to prove that. Okay, you're going to have to prove everything line by line. Everything that you're saying, you're going to have to prove that. And I know you can. Okay, let's go again.
Were citizens of the Cherokee Nation at the time of the first making of the treaty of 1783. And so they've been.
So the first making of the treaty in 1783. Now you are talking about another treaty, fam. Your treaty didn't come until what was that? 1976. Okay? So now when you're talking about 1873, you're talking about a treaty with the original people, the Aniyunwiya people. Now we're talking. But you see, they have access to all those treaties. You feel me? That's why they were able to ratify things. They were able to adopt and change. Because you cannot just ratify without adopting first. You feel me? Because you have no legal standing. So you have to adopt it first. Then you could ratify. So it was adopted in 1976 and then it was ratified in 2003. Man. Woo. Let's pay attention.
Citizens of the Cherokee Nation ever since. So we don't base anything on blood quantum.
Yeah,
We base it on
yeah.
whether your ancestors were
Association. Because the research that I did, it shows that he is not Cherokee he's not even an Indian by blood theory.
Well, he is.
Yeah, but
He is an Indian by blood.
But so if he is an Indian by blood, that's what I'm saying is then he's supposed to be a so-called dark man because again, the dark-skinned people were the original Indians. So again, where did he get to be an Indian by blood if he's not dark-skinned?
His ancestors intermarried with white people. That's,
But
but
he looks Caucasian to me though. That's what I'm saying. And when you say white, do you?
Woo, it's getting good.
Woo!
Woo! Don't hurt them too bad, Chief. Don't hurt them too bad. We're about to go in.
You mean that white in the sense of
white European.
Oh, because they're different so-called looking white people. So again, that kind of like it's kind of like a word play. You know what I mean? It's semantics. You know what I mean? Because again, he looks white, but he may not be white European or Anglo-Saxon, but he's a white man.
I would say so.
Exactly.
If I saw him walking down the street, I would say, "There goes a white man."
There you go. So if it smells like a duck, it quack like a duck, it crap like a duck, then it's a duck. The man is a Caucasian. He's pale. Even earlier you said that. But it's going to get a little heated. So pay attention, right? Pay attention.
However, our tribe is not necessarily made up of just brown or dark-skinned people.
Okay.
The Cherokee Nation is made up of citizens.
You hear that? So the tribe is not just made up of brown or dark-skinned people. The tribe is made up of citizens. Brothers and sisters, citizens, pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. All righty.
And I get that. I totally get that. And I respect that. So, again, so I guess all the Aboriginals, because would you guys consider yourself Aborigines?
I would consider us to be Aboriginals, and our government is an Aboriginal government.
Okay, so
So you hear that? I would consider myself to be an Aboriginal. Our government is an Aboriginal government. Guess what? He's speaking the truth. Only because, all right, he's not an Aboriginal. That's a lie. But their government is an Aboriginal government. You know why? Because that's what it was supposed to be. In the early treaties, the one he spoke about in 1873, all right, when I showed y'all earlier, House Resolution 331, we were supposed to be treated from a government to government basis. That was supposed to be an Aboriginal government, so we could deal with them from a government to government basis. But they took our people out, okay, and they created this organization. So right now, their organization is not an Aboriginal organization. It's not. It's a native organization. But in 1873, all right, when the United States was dealing with the original people, it was an Aboriginal government. So let's put this in perspective here, all right? Nah, it ain't going over my head, fam. Nah, I got too much insight. It ain't going over my head, but let's proceed.
And so, and once again, I mean, and it's not even Afrocentric, because do you believe that, first of all, do you believe that life originated in Africa?
Life or
life, period, or human life?
No.
You hear that? It's only you so-called black people think human life originated in Africa. You hear what he just said? No, I don't think human life originated in Africa. It's only you Negroes, because that's what you were taught from the movie Roots. Okay? That's what you were taught. And when you have your children going to the school of your enemies, that's what they're going to teach them. Okay? That's what they're going to teach them. Oh, y'all are slaves. Oh, y'all came in slave ship. Oh, y'all from Africa. But people with common sense, they know life didn't originate in Africa. You feel me? They know that. Even this man that's taking our place, he said it with his own mouth. No, I don't think life originated in human life originated in Africa, because it didn't.
You don't believe that?
No, I do not.
Okay, great, perfect. So if life didn't originate in Africa, how is it assumed that all dark-skinned people are from Africa? I mean, when the sun shines all over the world and the equator actually runs between, you know, the continent of Africa and the Americas, and everybody in South America was dark-skinned. So how is it assumed that every dark-skinned person is African?
I don't assume that.
You hear that? He said, I don't assume that. But let's listen.
I'm not saying you, but I'm talking about in terms of, you know, because you see, when I mentioned that all the dark-skinned people in the Americas were dark-skinned, you said that's Pan-Africanism. But again, we again agreeing that life didn't originate in Africa and all dark-skinned people are not African. So what happened to all the dark-skinned people that were actually
Okay, what's going on here now, man? Come on, stop it. All right, let me just get my charger real quick for my phone while this thing is loading up. The internet went out? Oh. Huh? Yeah, I see that. Okay, let me see if I can do this real quick. Okay. Oh, man. Let me see if I can fix that right here. It's always something with this, man. Let me see if I could get this up and running here. Put this on my phone real quick. Aboriginal Warrior. Boom. Let me see if this is gonna work. Good, good. All right, all right, fam. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Because yeah, I think we back, man. They was trying to shut this down. Woo! They was trying to shut down this build. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I had to. Woo, man. I think we back. We back. We back. We back. Brothers and sisters, let me know if y'all could hear me. Y'all could hear me. Let me know if y'all could hear me. Let me know if y'all could hear me. Are we good? Are we good? I just need some feedback in the chat real quick. Making sure we good. Okay. Okay, man. I'm not even sure if we good. Are we good? All right, beautiful. I got the thumbs up. Yeah, man. They was trying to shut this down, fam, but it ain't happening. So we're gonna continue with the share, right? Let me share the screen again, and we're gonna finish up this video. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Boom. Share. Let's go to the video. Let's do this. Okay.
Pan-Africanism, but again, no, I'm not saying you, but I'm talking about the difference between, you know, the continent of Africa and the Americas, and everybody in South America was dark skinned. So how is it assumed that every dark skinned person is African?
I don't assume that.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm talking about in terms of, you know, because you said, when I mentioned that all the dark skinned people in the Americas were dark skinned, you said that's Pan-Africanism. But again, we again agreeing that life didn't originate in Africa and all dark-skinned people are not African. So what happened to all the dark-skinned people that were actually on the American continent from time immemorial? Why is that? Because we didn't sign the Dawes Rules. I know you say it's a governmental thing. So what do we do from there? Do we petition so that that could be changed, or it is just something that's ironclad? You have to have been on the Dawes Rules, whether you are an Aborigine or not, because like I said, it's scientifically proven that all the dark-skinned people were actually in the Americas before any light-skinned, pale, anybody, and the first people on the planet, to be quite frank, were dark-skinned. So that means everybody came from the womb of the dark-skinned woman, and that's scientifically proven. Isn't that a fact?
Well, I'm not really sure where you're trying to go with that.
All of a sudden, he don't know where I'm trying to go with there, right? All right, listen.
I'm not going to agree or disagree with you. I just know that my ancestors, which are Cherokee Indians, have been on this continent for thousands of years. And my ancestors are not African. My ancestors are American Indian. And the people who are claiming that they are American Indians that are actually black, we don't buy into that.
You hear that? The people who are claiming American Indian who are actually black, they don't buy into that. That's why I keep telling y'all people, man, y'all got to chill with this black stuff, man, because that's what they're using against you. Okay? They give you a dead label to call yourself, and that's why they're able to do what they're doing. You feel me? Pay attention.
Not who we are.
Well, I mean, I know that's not who you are, because once again, I mean, of course, I mean, if people come into a land and they met people there and they happen to settle in, because remember you said your ancestors came, right? So they've been here for thousands of years, but before they came, there were people here. So you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this?
Well, I see what you're trying to say.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm saying that I have the facts that, you know, the people who actually call themselves natives right now, they haven't been here for thousands of years. So, you know, and I know it's a he or say you think it is, but we have the scientific and we have the legal documents and historical documents to solidify and prove that fact. So, you know, I get that you are saying that, you know, to be part of the nation, it doesn't deal with blood quantum. It just strictly deals with citizenship. So again, anybody could just say, okay, you know what? Let us just form an organization and let us just deal with the United States, and we could be considered native. You know, but yet still, the people who will have been here again for millions of years, because my sisters have been here for, I mean, I'm talking about, man, I can't even go back and pinpoint a time when my ancestors were not. You know what I mean? So at some point, you guys,
because that's what you want to believe.
No, that's not what I want to believe. But you see, what I'm saying about that is, so what I'm saying is this, right?
You've talked for about 20 minutes now.
Yeah,
so let me tell you what I think.
What you think?
What I think is that African American people have a personal opinion.
Okay.
I think a lot of African American people in this country have a lot of self-hatred.
You hear that? I think that African American people in this country have a lot of self-hatred.
So you guys want to be us.
You guys want to be us.
Because you don't want to be you.
Because you don't want to be you. The man said African Americans in this country have a lot of self-hatred. You don't want to be you, but you want to be us.
And so, you know, we can't change who you are, and you can't change who we are.
Okay.
Our relationships with the United States are our relationships.
You hear that? We can't change who you are, and we can't change who you are. Our relationship with the United States is what it is. And he's right. They have a relationship with the United States, a relationship that was first established with the original people. All right? But they didn't want the original people to have that kind of influence and power. So they had to bring these imposters to take our place. So he's speaking some truth.
Our treaties are our treaties.
You hear that? Our treaties are our treaties.
You want to run around with feathers on and call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. That's your business.
No, I totally get that. You hear what I'm saying? And again, I'm not here to debate. It's just strictly a conversation. And I'm glad we're having this, because it's a conversation that needs to be had. Because once again, you said that life didn't originate in Africa. So why are you assuming that, based on what you're saying, it's safe to say that you're assuming that every so-called black person...
You asked me again in Africa?
And you said no.
And I said no.
So my next question is,
then
do you think
I
that...
asked you, I said, do you mean human beings?
So,
And
okay,
I
so
said no.
this is the most appropriate question. Do you think that
Black
every
people
so-called black...
originated in Africa. Indian people originated in the Americas.
You hear that? Black people originated in Africa. Indian people originated in the Americas. So brothers and sisters, you see why they had to make you black? You see why they have to keep pushing this African agenda? Because black people are from Africa. Even if they're not black, but I'm saying black people are from Africa. So they have to keep pushing this agenda to make you black, to make you think you're African. But what did he say? Indian people originated in America. Oh, yeah, man, listen, man. If y'all want to miss this, y'all could go ahead and miss the jewels that's being dropped right here. But let's listen to this again. Okay? Listen to it again.
No, this is the most appropriate question. Do you think that
black
every
people
so-called black...
originated in Africa? Indian people originated in the Americas. White people originated in Europe.
But
and Asian people originated in Asia.
But all right, so here's my question. Do you think that every so-called black person is from Africa?
No, because there are some in Fiji, there are some in Melanesia, there are some in India.
Okay.
You know, they're all over the place.
You hear that? Now, he just said black people are from Africa, Indians are from America, white people are from Europe, and Asian people are from Asia. Now, I just asked him, do you think that black people, Africa is the only place black people are from? He just said no. Well, some are from here, some are from here, some are from here. So he's just contradicting himself. But listen again. I'm gonna put him right into the trap, okay? Because I'm just setting him up right now.
So what you're saying, you were saying
But
that
I'm talking about the black people in the United States.
So here's what you're
Black
saying.
people in the United States came over on slave trips from Africa.
You hear that? Well, all over the world have black people, but only the black people in the United States came over on slave ship. All right? That because you see, that's what they taught y'all. It was a plan. Okay, it was a well-devised plan. Okay, pay attention.
What you're saying is that they from everywhere else on the planet, except none of them was in America before slavery.
No. Well, some of them might have been. I don't know. Cause
you hear that? So what you trying to tell me? So no so-called black people was in America before slavery. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of them were. Bro, it's either it was or it wasn't. But now he realized he's getting set up, right? So now he's trying to backtrack. But pay attention.
Come on. It's either they were or they are not. Because you see now you're being contradictory. Because if you're saying that so-called black people was on every other planet except America.
Well, you know, I meant all over the earth, not every so-called planet. But yeah, we've been all over. So technically I'm correct. All right. But that's not what I meant.
If you have an old slow computer, you have to see this.
You were saying that for some reason the sun didn't allow so-called black people to be in America before the slave trade. That alone in itself doesn't even make sense.
No, there were no black people here before Europeans got here because they brought you guys.
No,
you say, well, there were no black people, but you just said when I asked you if there were black people before the slave trade, you said, well, yeah, there might have been. Now you say now, well, there were no black people before the Europeans got here. Well, you know what? He's speaking the truth in a sense because we are not black. You see, they call the Africans black. So that's what he's talking about. You feel me? There were no black people in the Americas before the so-called Europeans brought them here. But even with that, that's not true. You feel me? Because Africans have been coming to this land way before the transatlantic slave trade. So obviously this man don't know what he's talking about. But you see, in his head, they have a script that's already pre-planned to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? And they know the semantics of the words. You see, I know their mindset. That's why I'm able to decode everything he's saying. Because I know when they say certain things, I know exactly what they're saying. Because they speak with a folk tongue, all right? A double tongue. You feel me? Listen.
But guess what? Europeans didn't bring so-called dark-skinned people here. As a matter of fact, the first slaves on the American continent were Caucasians.
That's not even relevant.
Oh, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that? I said, well, as a matter of fact, the first slaves on the American continent were Caucasians. Oh, well, that's not even relevant. Man, listen, man. They ain't ready for me, man. They're not ready for me, man. They're not ready for me.
It is relevant. It's absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned.
You hear that? Let's play this again. My mother, who was a full-blooded Cherokee, was actually dark-skinned. Let's play this again. Let's play this again. Okay? Listen to this again.
That's not even relevant.
It is relevant. It's absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. And, you know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. You know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. And
There we go, man. Hold on.
So they've been here for thousands of years.
for about 20 minutes now.
Yeah. Every so-called black person, America, is absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned.
It's absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. And if she had permed her hair, she could have passed for a black person.
You hear that? Woo! You hear that? Man, I gotta play this again. Listen, I'm just so excited. I'm talking over it. Listen again.
My grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. And if she had permed her hair, she could have passed for a black person in North Tulsa, which is our black community here.
You hear that? My grandmother was a dark-skinned woman, and if she permed her hair, she would look like a black woman in our Tulsa territory, which is where our black people at. Brothers and sisters, I mean, I'm not making these things up. So I'm telling you, these people are Indians because of us. We're not Indians because of them. Man, yeah, listen to it again.
So, you know, my grandmother, who was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, was dark-skinned. And if she had permed her hair, she could have passed for a black person in North Tulsa, which is our black community here. So,
So let me ask you a question. How can a pale native Indian could perm your hair, and by perming your hair, you look like a black woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma? Man, where they do that at? Am I the only one who hearing this? Nah. Man. Y'all, man, listen. Y'all think this is a game? Y'all think this is a game, huh? Okay? Y'all think this is a game? These people, they've been put in place. And we over here playing, walking around for civil rights, walking around calling ourselves black, walking around saying we're from Africa, while these people are sitting on our gold. You hear it from the man's own mouth. My grandmother is a dark-skinned woman, and if she permed her hair, she would look like a black woman from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is part of our black community. So let me ask you a question. I want to see that experiment happen. A Native American woman. I want to see you perm your hair and sit right in front of me and let me see you turn into a black woman. Man, that is one of the biggest tricks that has ever been pulled. Now, if you could do that magic trick in front of me, oh man, guess what? Y'all are the Aboriginals. I give it to you. Because if any one of y'all could perm your hair and right in front of me turn into a so-called black woman, man, y'all deserve to be Aboriginals. Y'all deserve this. For real. Man. Oh, man. Hey, y'all better wake up and realize what it is.
There were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black.
You hear that? There were dark-skinned people here because you see, now he know I caught him in the trap. There were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black. That is because we ain't black. You feel me? Meaning that not every dark-skinned person is an African. You see, y'all got to understand the codes that these people speak. Oh man, I'm talking kind of loud. You know, I think my brother is resting, but I'm gonna keep it down. I'm just a little so excited. It's the passion. But y'all gotta understand that the codes that they speak, you hear it with your own ears. Okay, there were dark-skinned people. Now he's admitting. Earlier there was no dark-skinned people anywhere in the Americas before slavery, right? But when he realized I got him, then what he says, when he realized, oh, my grandmother was dark-skinned, and all she had to do was perm her hair, she would look like a black woman. Now, once he starts spilling that, the ancestors got him speaking the truth. Now, what he said, well, every dark-skinned person is not African. Every dark-skinned person is not black. You're absolutely right. Because you were telling me not every dark-skinned person that looked like me is from Africa. But you see, my people are so lost. You feel me? They think they came here on a slave ship on a boat. But hear it from the people who took our place. Okay? Listen to this again.
If she had permed her hair, she could have passed for a black person in North Tulsa, which is our black community here. So, yeah, there were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black.
Listen to it again.
In North Tulsa, which is our black community here. So, yeah, there were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black. Skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black. Here. So, yeah, there were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black. Here. So, yeah, there were dark-skinned people here, but not all dark-skinned people are black.
So why, my people, why are you going around calling yourselves black? Okay, when you call yourselves black, it automatically puts you in Africa. Okay? And Africans, by being called black, they have no rights here. Okay, except for privileges. So that means black is dead in law. You feel me? Now, I hope this is opening up your eyes to see what is going on. There were dark-skinned people here, but not every dark-skinned person is black. You feel me? But y'all just want to be so proud to be black. Go ahead and be black. I promise you, all of y'all going to end up in Africa with a free ticket to Ghana. Keep playing these games.
But guess what? In fact, nobody's black. Africans call themselves black. We didn't call ourselves black. We are brown skin. So I don't consider myself black.
You guys have your own names for each other. I know that.
You hear that? Oh, well, Africans call themselves black. We don't call ourselves black. We have brown skin. Well, you guys have all these names for yourselves. We know that. Nah. Y'all gave us the classifications. We didn't call ourselves those things. Okay? Pay attention to what the man is saying.
You had your own tribes and your own languages.
You hear that? You had your own tribes and your own languages. Okay, listen.
Okay, so but again, so now you are actually admitting that before slavery there were dark-skinned people here.
There were American Indian here who.
I'm talking about in terms of complexion. There were dark-skinned people here. We know we are American Indians, but they were dark-skinned.
No, you all are not American Indian. We are.
You hear that? No, well, you're not American Indians. We are. But you just said your grandmother was dark-skinned, fam. So what is this dude talking about? But you see, it's the games that they are playing. The semantics. Okay?
But you are not black people from Africa. Listen, man. I mean, I see the game that you're playing. And once again, you know.
You see, yeah, black people are from Africa. You see, there you go. Man, listen, I get so... Man, literally, if I could just walk around and smack every black person in their face and wake them up, I swear I would. Because it is so frustrating. You see what I'm saying? Because this thing is right in front of your face, what these people did. And all the information that's out there, y'all still going around calling yourselves black. When you know black people came from Africa. Okay, we did not come from Africa. Okay, that's why he keep telling you, yes, there were dark-skinned people here, all right? But there were no black people here, meaning that there were no Africans. And even with that, he's telling a lie because Africans been coming here, okay, for a very long time. But of course, he don't know about that. Man.
I'm just saying that, you know what, the truth will come out to light, and, you know, the creator, you know what I'm saying, will put everything to light and the truth will come out. Because the point I'm trying to make is, you're telling me that every so-called black person, dark-skinned person was on the continent except America. And now you are telling me, well, some of them was here. Either they were or they are not. But then you're talking about black. I never said I was black. Black is a color that's really black. I'm not black. I'm brown. You see what I'm saying?
You're African.
So you're telling me...
You see, the man don't even know me. Don't even know what I look like. Oh, you're African. You see what I'm saying? You're African, right?
Yeah, I'm African, but you don't even know who I am, right?
I know what you told me, and
no, what I told you was no. What I said was my ancestors have been on this landmass from time immemorial. Not at one point I said I was African, but you assume that I'm African.
No, you told me that.
No, I never said that. I asked you, do you think that all dark-skinned people
and all this line of stuff that you're telling me, we hear it all the time.
Oh, so I'm lying.
People with your views call us probably about once a month. And
no. You know what? I'm calling, and like I said, that's why I said, I'm calling because it's for the record, because we have to make sure that again we get to the bottom of this, because I know I realize that there are so many different cultures that's here usurping, our identity, and then when we approach them, they tend to again evade the question and deal with it from more of an organizational perspective. Okay, well, you know what? This is what the United States said. We are the Indians. Oh, no, it's not what they say. It's what is. You know what I'm saying? But I totally get where you're coming from. It's an organizational thing. You don't have to be an Indian, my blood, to be part of the Cherokee, because the United States, hey, you know what? They're foreigners. They came here. They fought over, my ancestors. And when I say my ancestors, I'm talking about the dark-skinned people who was on this continent before even you guys came. And they have to put somebody in our place, and I guess it happens that way. But the truth will come out. That's all I'm just saying. And again, I appreciate your time. Thank you. You gave a lot of insight, and I got what I was looking for. So I appreciate that. And again, time will tell. Time will tell. All will come to light. So I hope you have a great day. And look out for us, because we are coming. All right?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Take care, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. So here we go. Okay. So once again, man, I just had to bring that and break that down for my people. You feel me? Break it down. Okay. So that a child could understand what happened to us. You feel me? Had to break it down. Now, here's what I'm going to do again. Let's go look at the etymology of Cherokee. Like I said, this is not a game, man. This ain't a game. Let's go look at the etymology of Cherokee. Okay? Where we at? Etymology. Boom. Okay? Cherokee etymology. Native North American people. Native North American people. Once again, Native North American people. All a native is just to be born. Okay? Just to be born. So there is an etymology for Cherokee. But let us go look at the etymology of Aniyunwiya. Okay? Aniyunwiya. Let us go look at the etymology of Aniyunwiya. No results were found for Aniyunwiya. You know why? Because it was the original name. Cherokee is made up. Okay? Cherokee is made up. Aniyunwiya is indigenous. So obviously they're not going to have an etymology for that. But they will have for Cherokee because they are the natives. You feel me? Man, y'all better recognize. All right. So what I'm going to do right now, one of the main purpose why I wanted to go through all this, let me see what I'm going to go. Well, I was talking about the Caribs earlier, so not that. So let us talk about this real quick. Okay, because y'all have to realize these people are stepping up politically. All right. They're doing all these things to gain political standing. All right. So here's this. That's rollcall.com, right? After 184 years, all right? Let's read this here a second, because reading is fun for the mental. After 184 years, Cherokees seek House delegate seat promised in treaty. Okay? Possess technical and moral questions, including whether Cherokees would get super vote. Now, who's this woman? Kim Tish-Teehee, courtesy Cherokee Nation. All right? Let us read. Kim Teehee was an intern combing through dusty archives when she first learned of a largely forgotten agreement between her Cherokee tribe and the federal government. More than 25 years later, that document has placed Teehee at the center of a historic reckoning of the way Congress treats Native Americans, while raising questions about what representation in Washington really means. Okay? It was a treaty ratified by the Senate and signed by the President Andrew Jackson in 1835. So we got to find what treaty that is before it was ratified. So 1835 treaty, all right, with Cherokee Nation. With Cherokee Nation, okay? Granting the Cherokee Nation a delegate to Congress. Delegate to Congress. Oh, I'm going to find that treaty, okay? I'm going to find that. All right? Now, Teehee was named that post in September by the tribe's chief, Chuck Hoskin Jr. The move of set up a series of technical and moral questions for leaders in Congress who are now tasked with determining whether and how to allow her to take her seat. Cherokee Nations prepares vote on this first congressional delegate. I think we are ready for this, Teehee says. I have not had a conversation with anyone who said we don't want to do this. It is how do we get it done, and how do we get it right? Decades of activism. The generation ago, congressional leaders might have ignored or flat out rejected claims from the Cherokee Nation to a delegate, adding to the federal government a long history of breaking agreements with Native Americans. But decades of activism has increased Native American political clout. It paid off in 2018 election of Democratic reps Deb Haaland of New Mexico and Sharice Davids of Kansas, the first Native American woman in Congress. And in August, 11 presidential candidates appeared in Iowa for the first ever Native American presidential forum, a courting of indigenous votes that was unheard of decades ago. Teehee and political leaders of the other tribes say the response to the Cherokee Nation will be an important indication of how serious tribal rights are to elected officials. We Native nations have given up millions of acres of land in exchange for certain rights and promises, says Wisipan Gariot Little Elk, who served as a Native American outreach director for Barack Obama's, yes, of course, y'all think that was y'all president's, okay? But he wasn't mine. 2008 presidential campaign, one of the first national campaigns with such a position. We are still waiting for the United States to honor their word. But even advocates acknowledge it is not totally clear how Congress could uphold its part of the bargain. The Cherokee Treaty is the strongest claim any tribe has to a congressional delegate, but the document does not lay out how such position would be created, saying simply that the Cherokee Nation is entitled to a delegate whenever Congress shall make provision the same. Okay, a Cherokee delegate would be the first seat in Congress of its kind, since it would cover geographical territory that already part of 2 congressional districts. It raises complicated legal questions, starting with whether the treaty is still valid. Others include whether the Cherokee Nation have more of a right to a delegate than other tribes. All right, so I just wanted to read that. Okay, I think I put that in the link below so you could read that. But I just want to show you some of the things that's going on. And if we as a people, we are not going to step up and take our rightful place, okay, our rightful place where we belong, then this madness will continue to happen. Okay, it's happening because we are allowing it. Okay, because there's too much division and we're allowing people, okay, that's out there trying to shut down, slander, all right, spread propaganda of the people who are truly doing things to uplift our people. Okay, it is your duty to stop them. It is your duty to expose them, because they are a deterrent. They're holding back our people because our people get caught up with the distractions. You feel what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show y'all some of the things that's going on, man. You feel me? See what's going on. We have no political power. You have these black people running around thinking they're black. Like you heard the man said, there were dark-skinned people here, but they were not black, indicating that they were not Africans. You feel me? But he never negated the fact that we were here, because he said in his own words, my grandmother was a dark-skinned woman, and if she permed her hair, she would look like one of our Tulsa, Oklahoma black women. Now, I want to know what kind of magic trick is that? All you have to do is perm your hair and your skin turn black. Man, that's some kind of magic. You dig? Okay, that is some kind of magic. I want to, you know what? I want to bring a claim in court and have one of them prove that in front of a jury. I want you to perm your hair and turn into a so-called black woman. Man, I want to see that magic happen. You feel me? Because this right here, this is prima facie evidence. Okay? Period. All right? And at the end of the day, we have to step up and bring a claim against these people. I am tired of playing the games, man. But I am here trying to give information, trying to get our people together. But then you have all these people, okay, coming with the negativity, spreading rumors, propaganda. And y'all get caught up in the BS when we got real work to do. They are working with the enemies. They are working with the enemies. They are paid to do that. Okay? They are paid to do that. We have all the information we need. They know who we are. But they got to keep you disenfranchised. They got to keep you distracted. They have to. It's the only way it's going to work. But once again, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to be here begging y'all to step up. I'm not going to do that. All right? If y'all don't want to step up, man, that's on y'all. All right? That's on you. I'm going to just be like, you know what, man, listen, I tried. I gave you my all. No, it's time for me to just chill because this is too much energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Too much energy being exerted to wake my people up. Ask them to take action. It's too much. But when it comes for the negativity, y'all always in the negative vibes. Me don't have no time for it, brethren. You know what I mean? I'm not in that. So it's either we're going to come together for those of us who know who we are and work as a unit, or man, you know what? I'm going to just leave it alone, fam. Because seriously, man, this is crazy. It's crazy. Nah, something got to be done, man. For real. Something got to be done. So anyway, I just wanted to come drop this bit of information for y'all, man. Do what you want with the information. Like I said, for those of you who feel like, you know what, hey, you want to show some love, once again, I'm going to leave my information on there. You know what I mean? And, you know, show some support if you want to, if you can. It is what it is. You feel me? So here we go. And that's it. But once again, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know a lot of you got to go to work, you know, in the AM. So get some rest. It's a little bit late, but I just felt in my spirit I needed to come do another video. You know what I'm saying? After the first one. And the haters are going to continue to hate, but they all going to fall. They all going to fall because everything is going to come out to light. You know what I'm saying? And the ancestors going to reveal who's who and what is what. So I'm just going to continue to walk that path, man. Continue to walk in the light. And that's it. You feel me? But for those of y'all, you know what I mean, that's ready to come together, man, my email is always there. And like I said, making an attempt to drop something for the people in January. And that's going to take us on a political platform so that our voice can be heard. So y'all want to be a part of it, y'all already know the deal. You see what I'm saying? For real. Okay? So it is what it is. All right. So family, get some rest. Amen. I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. And like I said, I do what I do because of the love I have for my people. You feel me? That's it. All I could do is just give you all of me, man. You know, I keep telling y'all, use me, but don't abuse me. The moment I feel I'm being abused, I'm going to just walk away. But I want you to use me with love, use me in the right way. And I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you my heart. I'm giving you all of me, man. You know what I mean? And that's all I could do. That's all I could do. You feel me? So we got work to do, man. So it's either you want to be a part of it or you don't want to be a part of it. But if you want to get caught up in the negativity, I can't vibe with you. I can't rock with you. I can't do that. That's not in my spirit, man. I'm vibing on a frequency they can't even see me. I want to uplift and elevate you where I'm at. So y'all could feel what I feel and see what I feel and have the passion that I have. You feel me? That's what it is. That's what we got to do, man. You know what I mean? So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Continue to love each other. Like I said, don't get caught up in the negative vibes. Leave that alone. We got some real work to do. Okay? All over the Americas, we got some real work to do. No matter where you at. We got some real work to do. And as a matter of fact, before I go, let me just share this with y'all real quick. So my people in the islands and all over the Americas, thank you, Julia Spencer. I appreciate the support. Good looking, good looking. Thank you for the super chat, love. All right? Thank you for that. But let me just share something with y'all real quick before I go. So people, you know what I'm saying? Our people all over the Americas know who they are. You feel me? Because a lot of them don't know. So let me just share this with y'all real quick. Okay? I'm going to share my screen one more time. Share my screen one more time. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen one more time with y'all. So, our people could really get this, because I know we have a lot of people that watch the information from all over the world and all over the Americas. You know what I mean? So let me just make that clear again, because I've done it before. So let me just drop this one more time for y'all. Well, maybe who knows, I'll show it again, but we have to keep showing these things, and we have to make it redundant so our people would know. All right. So this right here is the Americas. I keep telling people the United States is not America. So for all my West Indian massive, all my Caribbean brethren there, you feel me? Stop calling the United States America. Okay? Stop calling the United States America. The United States is not America. You feel me? All right? It's like an African calling Nigeria Africa. Nigeria is not Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, those places are places in Africa. It's a continent. So the United States is not America. So those are some of the countries, and of course, a lot of the surrounding islands are not in there. But those are the main countries in America. America is a continent. Okay, so you have United States. United States is not a country, but they say it's a country. All right. So the United States, that's one. You have Mexico. So you do have the original Mexicans. Then you have Brazil. Then you have Canada. Then you have Argentina. All right. What am I? Come over here. All right. Then you have Argentina. You have Chile. You have Colombia. You have Peru. I'm showing you all the islands. All right. So my folks, our people know who they are, man. Okay. We have Venezuela. We have Cuba. We have Ecuador. All right. We have Costa Rica. We have Panama. We have Bolivia. All right. We have Dominican Republic. Right here. We have Dominican Republic. We have Puerto Rico. We have Guatemala. We have the Bahamas. Our brothers and sisters in the Bahamas. A hurricane happened and they were destitute. How many of us reached out to them? All of a sudden, a whole country of people, we don't know what happened to them. We got to learn to love each other again, man. We have to learn to love each other again. We have Uruguay. We have El Salvador. We have Honduras. We have Haiti. For those of you who are out here dogging out Haitians, they are our people, man. Haiti was one of the first countries to gain their independence fighting these devils. And they open up the door to everybody and say, you know what, man, listen, we're going to give y'all passports. But now all Haitian brothers and sisters need our help and we here dogging them out. Come on, man. Why do you think we are going through what we are going through, the judgment we are going through? Because we forgot to love, we forgot how to love each other and care for each other. We forgot that. Because everybody about self. We have Nicaragua. We have Belize. We have Jamaica. So all my brethren from Yard, what y'all deal with, brethren? You know what I mean? Come on, y'all have to know, man. We have Paraguay. We have Guyanese, from Guyana. We have Suriname. Where we at? We have Suriname. Let's go again. Okay? We have Aruba. All right. We have Barbados, cocoa and fly fish. We have Curacao. We have Turks and Caicos. We have Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I mean? We have the French Guiana. What else we have? We have the Cayman Islands. All right. We have St. Lucia, all the Lucian Massive. We have Martinique. We have Guadeloupe. We have Grenada. We have the Falkland Islands. We have Antigua and Bermuda. And we have Dominica, Waitsi Kubuli, the country I was manifested in, born original. You know what I mean? So all you haters could keep talking. Then we have the British Isles. You feel me? Then we have the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have Anguilla. We have St. Kitts, Nevis. We have St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have St. Martin. We have Montserrat. We have the Caribbean Netherlands. All right. We have the St. Kitts, St. Vincent. We have the Caribbean Netherlands, and we got South Georgia and the South, whatever that is. You feel me? And the surrounding islands. All that it is part of the Americas. So it is time the American Aborigines, man, we stand up, man. Come on, man. We got to unite, fam. We got to. So we got to ignore all of these people that's coming with their negativity. There is enough of us that's vibing on a positive frequency to make a change. You feel me? We got to. So this is what all this is about, man. The Creator made me the bridge to bring the people together. And nobody could take that away from me. They can't burn this bridge, fam. They can't. Because I'm immortal. And that's what they're afraid of. They know why I'm here. So they have to send their minions to try to take off Chief. But now it's not going to happen, man. Y'all can't take me out. You feel me? So anyway, it is what it is, man. All right? So, okay, so brothers and sisters, man, I hope y'all enjoy that build. Once again, thank you to each and every one of y'all for supporting. It means a lot, you know what I mean? So enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll definitely talk another time. I really appreciate love you guys. Have a good one. Rest well. Be blissful. All right? We'll talk soon.